All right, fam. So we have the Knight of Wands. This is how you're reading your underlying energies, Temperance. So it's about receiving for a lot of you guys. It's about giving and taking. I think you guys are able to do everything that do everything on your own. Give yourself love, give yourself attention. The reason why I say this is because underneath the Temperance card is the Fountain. And the Fountain usually indicates literally nothing. It's nothing. It's literally just being and being in the moment, letting the world just revolve around you, or you revolve around the world. Either way, right? As long as there isn't any serious effort towards going something or doing something. You don't want, but you don't not want, right? There's a beautiful blend of push and pull. Everything's fluid, okay? And Temperance is balancing. It's patience. It's waiting. You're waiting to do stuff here. Like, you're just keeping things in order until the time comes for you to receive, like the Fountain usually indicates. So straight up, it has to do with receiving something. Receiving balance in your relationships, balance in your love life, balance in your workspace. There is some serious stuff that you guys are rearranging at this moment, or at least keeping together for the time being. I think this is possibly something for you guys to... or this is a time where you guys are trying to figure out how to organize your life to receive. Like, you're gonna have, like, it's almost like you're rearranging your house to be able to bring something in, like making space, moving your furniture out the way so something big can come in. This Temperance, Temperance is a major arcana card, and I always see that major arcana cards are kind of bigger than just the minors, but I kind of feel like whatever's coming in for you, you have an idea of what that is, just because the Fountain card is also like intuitive and very, very water energy, very, very high priestess like. You're very in tune to everything. Everything's connected. So you're connected with what's coming in already, but you just don't know what it is. So I kind of feel like that's what's going on. Now, the Knight of Wands is the biggest tripper for me, because I'm like, okay, are y'all traveling? Is the focus of going places, doing things, having a little bit more fun, doing things that are less serious? But I feel like you guys at this moment, you guys are, maintaining things, keeping things, orderly, right? Temperance is coming up, but y'all bored doing that. Everything's starting to really run out of its funness, right? Everything's kind of is losing its luster for things, losing its luster for life. And it's not because you're doing anything bad or doing anything that is making it boring. It's just that it's outplayed. It's been done. You've done it. You know what you can do, and you're ready to move on. Now, because in the past, things would move really quick, really fast, really cool, right? Things were clear, and you were running with all the punches. No doubt about it. But now you have the Seven of Pentacles here that talk about reevaluating what you're doing, figuring out what work you're going to want to do now, since there isn't really anything else you need to do. I think you've kind of hit a quota for something, and now you're ready to kind of start a new chapter within the same business. Like, you're no longer interested in doing one side of the things, or one thing only, right? Or just kind of perfecting that one area. I think whatever it is, you've perfected it, because the King of Swords is coming up as your external energy. You know what you need to know from this, and you're good. You're set. You're solid. You've mastered it. So now what's next? And I feel like that's the situation. You're trying to figure out what's next. But instead of going for something, I think the challenge now is to receive it, because of just how everything's looking. Like, you guys are like, okay, I've always chased. I've always done the alpha thing. I've always done this. But what actually comes to me? What actually, enters my life? Seven of Pentacles. You're reevaluating all the work that you put in. Have you been receiving anything in return? Or is the situation always put in a organized fashion for you to go and do it? Because I feel like there's a lot of waiting and receiving. Like, hey, just hold your horses at this moment. You don't have to do anything. And honestly, I feel like at the same time, you want to experience something differently. And I feel like you guys want something to come in. Someone to come in to bring that fun, to bring that new adventure, to bring that excitement. I feel like, some of you guys are done making all of it happen in your life. Not because, it's boring and, you don't have anything to do with it. You can do it. You want to experience something new. It's almost like a science experiment. So your future energy is the 10 of coins, and I like that. That means that to me looks like there is success, there's happiness, there's stability. Typically, I wouldn't like seeing this for you, Aquarius, because that's for you looks like, okay, I could be stable, I could be solid. What's fresh, what's new, what's kicking right now? But I feel like for a lot of you guys, you want that place of stability, you want that home environment. Not because it's, it's just safe, but it's also the place where you can truly be yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's also a place that stands the test of time. And I feel like with the 10 of coins, 10 of Pentacles here, you guys want to be in an environment where you feel good, feel stable, feel solid, so you can do all the crazy stuff. It's like, what work do you need to do to get to a place where you're stable, when where you don't feel like you're kind of like a floater, where this is your home. It's almost like for some of you guys, you're waiting for your home to find you, rather you find your home. Because I feel like some of you guys may have been looking for it. You've been putting a lot of work in somewhere. So I kind of feel like you guys have been looking for it. But I feel like the answer to figuring that out by being open to receiving the home love. If that makes sense. I'm going to do some extra clarifying just because, I love my Aquarians. So let's see, why is the Knight of Wands coming up with the Knight of Wands? Every time I see that card come up for either you or Sag, I'm like, okay, somebody's getting bored. They're ready to have some fun. Yeah, man. Okay. So you guys have the Hierophant and the 5 of Cups. I don't think this is necessarily mourning loss. I think you guys have shifted your focus and want to look to something else. And I feel like the thing, like I said, situations are becoming seriously mundane, seriously repetitive, seriously just unexciting. What's coming up. It's not spontaneous. It's totally predictable, and you're like, okay, I can predict what my work day is going to look like, what my days are going to look like. I want to throw a monkey wrench into this, and I feel like you had to lose something, or something big emotionally had to break through in order for you to see the other cup standing in front of you, or for you to even hold those cups in front of you. Because I know there's a lot of focus in this card here with this person holding the 3 cups, but I feel like there was a breakthrough. The situation had to just kind of bust. It's in order for you to see, I think there's something emotionally missing from something, and it's because of the structure that you have. Like, there may be some sort of boundaries or some sort of routine or traditional thing that you've got, like your own personal network, your own personal setup, your own system, your how your mind works has set up these situations for those blockages or for these things to be missing from your situation. I feel like now how to get those things, which is why the Knight of Wands is up. You're ready to experience something new, but it's having to deal with different boundaries now, shifting and changing those boundaries to create a different structure for things to come in, and I think that's what's going on right now. So let me see why we have the 7 of Coins coming in. Page of Pentacles. See what I'm saying? So the tedious, hard work, boring work is coming to an end. Let's see. Why do we have the Page of Pentacles? Why is the Page of Pentacles coming up for the 7 of Pentacles? What is that trying to tell us? Because the 7 of Pentacles, like I said, is a lot of work that you've put into a situation, and you guys are at a period where there is patience and waiting needed, right? There's not much you can do at this moment because you've done everything. Oh, wow. And the 10 of and that looks to me like not only are you reevaluating something, but you're also trying to figure out whether or not something that you're working hard for. I think you're paying very close attention to the work that's needed to. Not necessarily paying attention to the work, but it feels like to me that the Page of Pentacles is actually like somebody, or like the progress of whatever you're working on, like almost starting over, but not necessarily. I feel like it's picking up a new project within whatever you're working on. That's what it feels like to me. Like it's already pre-existing. The 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Coins, that is already pre-existing energy. So it's like, what new thing are you going to be working hard towards? It may not necessarily be fun right now, but it's working towards the happiness. Ten of Cups rather. Like, you want to be happy, you want to be surrounded by people that make you happy, you want to only be connected with people that fill you up with joy. But I feel like there's some work that needs to come that obviously is standing in the way of that right now. And that's the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like for some of you guys, it's like figuring out what work that is, whether or not you know this is what you want to do. I think there's no question about this is whether or not you want to do. I feel like you guys do want to do this. It's just that there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do, but there's a lot of waiting, and it's not something that's going to happen overnight. So your best path to follow, your advice card here, is the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups, that's decisions to make. Those are dreams, right? Those are fantasies, figuring out what's real and what isn't. Things that are too good to be true. I feel like you guys may have a lot of ideas as to what you may want. And what I was showing, remember the card that came out earlier was the Two of Pentacles. Some of you guys may be really feeling indecisive about what you guys want to do. You know what I'm saying? It may be like you guys are just not necessarily sure if this is if you want to commit to that, right? You want to commit to a different path. Your heart is telling you to do is yearning for one thing, but your practical, organized self likes this consistency. You like the pattern that you have, and it's like a push and pull. The Knight of Wands and the Hierophant, they don't go together. They don't. But I kind of feel like there may need to be a new routine. There may need to be some balancing of your schedule in order to include whatever these new dreams are. I feel like it's just having to do with figuring out what it is that you want. Why is the Seven of Cups coming up as their advice? Why is that coming up? And what advice are you trying to tell them with that Seven of Cups? Temperance. Good Lord. Figure out what you want so it can come to you now. That's what it reminds me of. What card was that? I think this is something here in the Wisdom of the Oracle. But like the look at that. Figure out what you want so it can come to you now. I feel like you guys have the opportunity to instantly manifest whatever. I think this is why the Eight of Wands is coming up in the past like this. Whatever you manifested, it came in super fast. Lightning fast. What was it that came in really fast? What was communication? What was this Eight of Wands coming up in the past? What is that? That's a lot of cards. But I'm going to try again. Wow. There's still a ton of cards coming out. What was it that was moving fast in the past? The Nine of Pentacles. Independence. Financial stability. You manifested that very quickly. But probably, the rate of how much money you've accumulated or how much stability you've accumulated for yourself, that fortress, that comfortable feeling, that was in a matter of probably a couple months, if not years. Like, I feel like when the wands come out like that, that usually gives me like a couple weeks to a couple months. But I mean, that's just me. I'm not necessarily the best with timings, and I try my best not to time anything. But I feel like what came fast for you is really figuring out what you needed for yourself and creating a home for yourself. Sure, that kind of got a little boring. Like you could maybe have gotten really bored with just being solo, which is why now people, there's more people that are trying to get involved, or you're wanting to include people in your life. But I kind of feel like in the past, financial stability, independence, they're all there. Whatever you were trying to work on, it's there. And you don't need anything from anyone, but you could still want to have people have something around you. Let's see why the King of Swords is in the external energy. Why is the King of Swords coming up in the external energy? Because of the Ten of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. So the King of Swords could be that this is somebody else also coming in too. Maybe they're the ones with the Page of Pentacles offering the commitment that's in the future here. Because this is parallel with this. This external energy, this person, like, that means to me that the future is not too far away. Somebody's going to be offering something huge. Either somebody is offering something huge, or there's a really strong commitment between the two of you. But this person, either you are the King of Pentacles offering something to someone else, which I don't really think. I think like someone else is coming in to give that to you. Because I feel like by the way this looks, so you've already probably extended an offer in the past, and you're just waiting now. We're trying to figure out what you're going to do with it, because with your life, because you've already communicated. You already were probably shut down. You're already just enjoying your own company, and happy with being, you're belonging to you and not sharing yourself with anybody. But I feel like somebody finally communicates back, honestly, or somebody gives you an offer. Maybe a counter offer, but it's a happy one. It could be happy. Wow, okay. So the Four of Wands is coming up in your hopes and fears. That's definitely moving up in a higher place of commitment, the Four of Wands. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you want to move up in a higher place of commitment. You want to be, you want to move house. You want to be in a position where you feel the most comfortable. You don't want to just feel comfortable. You want to see your comfort surrounded you. And you want the people that are in your circle to feel that comfort, that warmth. You want to share the love and the happiness together. You don't want it to just be one-sided. You want it to be a collaborated effort. You want a village. You want a community that gives something to you as much as you give to it. So I kind of get that vibe. Because there's so many community cards, man. 10 of Cups, 10 of Coins, twice. And then the Hierophant, that's big. But then my thing is, too, why is the King of Cups coming up in your outcome? Why is the King of Cups coming up like that? The King of Cups is saying that this is someone that either you love deeply or you feel great love. But this is also someone that's receptive. This is someone that will take action. This is someone that's receptive. They're very opposite in their energies. Very opposite. So what causes the Five of Cups to come around? The Five of Wands, competition. Interestingly enough, kind of got a hit that maybe there's somebody that's going to be fighting for your attention, your admirement, your love. But the person that's truly, trying to get your heart isn't seeing this as a competition. I kind of feel like this person knows who you are, knows what they want. You are theirs regardless. The competition is just a facade. It's just a fucking illusion, to be honest with you. And that's really weird that I say that, because the the Five of Wands has nothing to do with illusions. It has nothing to do with, this is fake and whatever. It's intense in the moment, but it dies down very quickly, typically the Five of Wands. But what I see is the King of Cups. He's going, this person, if this isn't you, is honestly fighting to extend an offer, to express themselves, to communicate their true emotions towards you. And you may feel like this person is your person. This is your ideal partner. I feel like there may be some tension between you two, because maybe there's some back and forth, there's some unfinished business. But I kind of get this feeling that this person isn't really fighting for anything. They know who they want. Surrender Your Ego is the card that comes up for the Power of Surrender cards. Yeah, there we go. Cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. And that to me tells me that, of course, when we have put ourselves first for forever and then we open ourselves up to other people, it can make us feel like we're not capable, or not capable, we're not at any standard towards others. Not in the sense of like looking down, but you're too high of a valuable person for that to come up. Thinker. So it's like stop and plan, stop and strategize. I don't particularly care for this part too much, so let me go ahead and pull one more for this. I know, it's like, whoa, what the heck? Yes, you guys get to. And if other people say it's favoritism, it's not. It's just that this card, the thinker card, what are we thinking of? Seeing beyond the gossip, seeing beyond the sparkly. It's just someone that truly sees you for you and not the shiny gold medal that you are. Right? You're not just a shiny gold medal. You're a person that has needs, that has weaknesses, that has, parts of you that need love or that deserve love, care, and respect. Most importantly, that's why I feel like the King of Cups, this person isn't really fighting for your approval. They're not fighting for you to like them. This person, there is a struggle, but there isn't. It's really hard to explain. It has nothing to do with the physical. It has nothing to do with anything material. It has nothing to do with what your status is as a person, Aquarius. This is somebody that's fighting for you. Because they're the only ones that see beyond what you're fighting on. Because the King of Cups, I feel like the King of Cups, King of Wands, they can go into deep conversations just because of the King of Cups' innate and deep understanding for the real purpose as to why the King of Wands does all he does. All the action, all the passion, the emotions, he can connect with that. And I kind of feel like with the King of Cups and the King of Swords, this person is the same individual because of what they know and what they feel is so heightened and so powerful that, of course, everything that they do is going to be so much more than what the surface level is saying, right? It's so much deeper than that. This person is so complex. So when I see all that glitters and thinker, I feel like this person needs a shot, not necessarily in the sense of to win your heart, but to I don't really know what they need the shot for, to be honest. I'm just going to be straight up. I'm not quite sure. I just know that they need a chance. And thinker is like seeing, like before you discount this, before you see this offer, I feel like there are some things that you'll look for, that you'll look deeply into, that you'll notice is not necessarily